Nestled away from the bustling metropolises in a quiet corner of Uttar Pradesh, a small town prepared for a celebration. The kind of celebration that brought entire communities together, filled with vibrant colors and age-old traditions. The air buzzed with wedding festivities, a palpable excitement hanging heavy in the humid air. Garlands of marigolds adorned every doorway, and the rhythmic beat of drums echoed through the narrow streets. This was the day Pragati Yadav married Dilip Singh Yadav. A union orchestrated by families, a common practice in these parts, yet carrying the weight of hopes and dreams for a shared future. Their union, arranged but hopeful, was celebrated by both families, though not without some initial hesitation and whispered concerns. The elders, after careful consideration and numerous consultations, had deemed them a suitable match. Dilip, hard-working and earnest, a man of few words but with a strong sense of responsibility, dreamed of a loving partnership, a sanctuary built on mutual respect and understanding. He envisioned a home filled with laughter and the comforting rhythm of daily life, while Pragati, with her quiet grace and demure expression, appeared the perfect bride, embodying the traditional values expected of a young woman entering married life. The wedding was a vibrant affair, a kaleidoscope of colors, sounds, and scents, full of rituals and joy, each ceremony steeped in tradition, meant to bless the couple and ensure a prosperous future. With every chant and every offering, everyone was convinced this was the start of a beautiful chapter, a testament to the enduring power of family and tradition. Photographs captured their smiles, a fleeting image of happiness, a moment frozen in time, meant to be cherished for years to come. Yet beneath the surface of joyous celebration, something far darker was already in motion, a hidden current threatening to pull everything under. The families, reassured by Pragati's demure presence and seemingly compliant nature, and Dilip's steady nature and unwavering commitment, believed in the promise of their future, a future they envisioned filled with prosperity and happiness. Friends and relatives showered blessings, offering their heartfelt wishes for a long and happy marriage, completely unaware of the storm that was brewing on the horizon. The town celebrated, the sounds of laughter and music filling the night air, blissfully ignorant of the tragedy about to unfold, a tragedy that would shatter the peace of their close-knit community. The illusion of a perfect match, carefully constructed and meticulously maintained, would soon be shattered, revealing the dark secrets hidden beneath the surface. After the wedding, Pragati entered Dilip's family home, quickly winning over everyone with her charm and helpfulness. She adapted seamlessly, participating in chores and community life, her laughter echoing through the house. Dilip was elated, believing he had found the ideal partner. His mother cherished Pragati, and neighbors admired her. For 14 days she played the role of the perfect daughter-in-law, masking any hint of unrest. The family basked in this newfound harmony, never suspecting anything amiss. Pragati's facade was flawless, lulling everyone into a false sense of security. But this peace was only temporary. 14 days of smiles and shared meals would soon be overshadowed by betrayal. The warmth of the family's embrace would soon turn cold. No one saw the coming storm. One evening, as the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, Dilip, a young man with a life full of promise, rode home. The familiar rumble of his motorcycle was a comforting sound, a soundtrack to his daily routine. His thoughts drifted to his new wife Pragati, their recent wedding still fresh in his mind. He pictured her smile, the way her eyes sparkled with joy. He thought of the warmth of family, the comforting embrace of belonging. He was eager to return to the laughter and love that filled their home. The sun set, casting long shadows across the road as he traveled familiar roads, each turn a step closer to his loved ones. He knew this route like the back of his hand, every bump and curve etched into his memory. Little did he know, fate had a cruel twist in store, and he was completely unaware of the danger ahead. A darkness was gathering, a storm brewing on the horizon. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a speeding vehicle, a dark blur against the fading light, struck his motorcycle. With brutal force, a sickening crunch of metal and shattering glass. The impact was devastating, a violent collision that ripped through the peaceful evening, leaving Dilip critically injured on the roadside, his dreams and aspirations hanging precariously in the balance. Passers-by, jolted by the horrific sound, rushed to help, their faces etched with concern, panic and confusion filling the air as they tried to make sense of the chaotic scene. The once quiet road was now a scene of devastation. News of the accident, delivered in hushed tones and broken sentences, reached his family, plunging them into fear and disbelief, shattering their peaceful evening with a single phone call. They hurried to the scene, their hearts pounding with dread, desperate for hope, clinging to the possibility that he would be all right. Pragati, the new bride, her world suddenly turned upside down, appeared shocked and distressed, her eyes wide with terror and disbelief. The family clung together, a human shield against the harsh reality, united by worry, their faces illuminated by the flashing lights of emergency vehicles. As they rushed Dilip to the hospital, the ambulance siren wailing a mournful cry. The journey was a blur of prayers and frantic hopes, each mile feeling like an eternity. The ordinary evening had turned into a nightmare, a cruel twist of fate that no one could have foreseen. No one could have imagined the true cause behind the tragedy, the hidden motives that lurked beneath the surface. The darkness had only just begun to descend, and the night held secrets that would soon be revealed. The sterile scent of antiseptic hung heavy in the air. At the hospital, a place usually associated with healing and hope, tonight it was a battleground against despair. Dilip's family waited in agony, their faces etched with worry. Each tick of the clock amplified their fear. Every hushed conversation among the staff sent shivers down their spines. Inside the emergency room, a whirlwind of activity unfolded as doctors fought to save him. Their movements were precise, their focus unwavering, but the situation remained precarious. Hours dragged by, each one feeling like an eternity. The fluorescent lights of the waiting room seemed to mock their anxiety, casting long, distorted shadows. Hope, once a flickering flame, began fading with each passing moment. The silence in the room was broken only by the occasional stifled sob or nervous cough. Finally, the doctor emerged, his face etched with a gravity that silenced the room. He delivered the devastating news. Dilip was gone. The battle had been lost. Grief tore through the family, a raw, visceral pain that threatened to consume them. Their world had shattered in an instant. His mother collapsed, her heart unable to bear the weight of such a profound loss. The foundation of her world had crumbled beneath her feet. His father stood in shock, his eyes vacant, unable to comprehend the reality of his son's death. The words hung in the air, heavy and unbearable, and Pragati wept among sympathizers, her dreams of a future with Dilip now reduced to ashes. The vibrant tapestry of their life together had been irrevocably torn. The joy of the recent wedding, the laughter and celebration now seemed cruelly distant, a painful reminder of what had been and what would never be. The community mourned, their hearts heavy with sadness and disbelief. They grieved the loss of a kind, hard-working young man, a life cut short far too soon. Amidst the sorrow, a disquieting undercurrent began to stir. Whispers of doubt began to surface, like insidious weeds creeping through a garden of grief. Was it truly an accident, a tragic twist of fate? Or was something more sinister at play, lurking beneath the surface of this devastating loss? The speed of Dilip's demise, the suddenness of his passing, felt unnatural, raising questions that demanded answers. The family, reeling from the shock and pain, lost in grief, were vulnerable and unaware of the darkness that might be closing in. They had yet to confront the horrifying truth, the possibility that Dilip's death was not an accident at all. The tragedy had only just begun, its tendrils reaching out to ensnare them in a web of suspicion and deceit. The full extent of the situation was yet to reveal its depths, its secrets buried beneath layers of sorrow and unanswered questions. The questions surrounding Dilip's death would not stay silent for long, and the search for the truth was about to begin. As the family mourned, police began investigating what appeared to be a tragic accident, but inconsistencies in the collision and Dilip's injuries raised suspicions. The postmortem hinted at a deliberate act, not a random hit and run. Police launched a deeper probe, activating Operation Trinetra's vast CCTV network. Officers scoured footage along Dilip's route, searching for clues. They interviewed family and neighbors, noting Pragati's grief sometimes seemed rehearsed. Hunches grew stronger. Was there a hidden motive? Investigators discreetly examined those closest to Dilip, including Pragati. The community demanded answers and the pressure mounted. Operation Trinetra's digital eyes became crucial in tracking the truth. Police pored over hours of footage, determined to uncover what really happened. The whispers of foul play grew louder. The investigation was peeling back layers of deception. As police dug deeper, Pragati's carefully crafted image began to unravel. They discovered her secret affair with Anurag Yadav, a relationship that predated her marriage to Dilip. This was no fleeting romance. It was a deep, clandestine bond. Investigators suspected greed and desire fueled their actions. Financial motives emerged. Was Dilip's wealth or insurance a target? The revelation shocked everyone who knew Pragati. The grieving widow's mask fell away, revealing a cold, calculating conspirator. The police now had motive and prime suspects. Police uncovered how Pragati and Anurag meticulously planned Dilip's murder. Pragati provided inside information about Dilip's routines, enabling the plot. Anurag recruited accomplices to stage the fatal accident. The plan was executed just 2 weeks after the wedding. The collision was made to look like a hit and run, while Pragati played the grieving widow. The conspiracy's cold-bloodedness stunned investigators. The conspirators believed they had committed the perfect crime, but they underestimated the police and modern surveillance. Operation Trinetra's CCTV network proved decisive. Police tracked a suspicious vehicle near the crime scene, linking it to Anurag's hired accomplices. Interrogations led to confessions, revealing the staged accident and implicating Pragati and Anurag. The evidence, footage, call logs, and testimonies was overwhelming. Pragati and Anurag were arrested, sending shockwaves through the community. The family's trust was shattered. The betrayal was absolute. The community reacted with outrage and disbelief. Police action was swift and commended. Justice for Dilip was finally within reach. The truth behind the tragedy was exposed. The story of Pragati and Dilip is a chilling reminder of how love twisted by greed can lead to unthinkable betrayal. Dilip's trust was destroyed by a cold, calculated conspiracy. Pragati's double life and Anurag's obsession led to tragedy and ruin. The case highlights the devastating consequences of deception and selfishness. Even the closest bonds can hide darkness. True relationships are built on honesty, not manipulation. Justice may bring closure, but the scars remain. Dilip's stolen future stands as a warning. Crime never truly pays.